Good morning. Welcome to Sending Ravens. Got the cards all shuffled. Had my coffee. Actually, I had two. Time to look at what the day's looking like. Hope everybody had a great yesterday. I know astrologically it was supposed to be one of the toughest days of the year. I did not find that myself, but I did find I felt odd and under pressure all day. So maybe that's how it manifested. It was an astrological alignment that was supposed to be really tough, but to me it just manifested like pressure, almost a pressure headache. So if anyone else had an experience like that, let me know. Let's see. So today we've got the Four of Wands. Let's have a look. It's it's very celebrationary. And we've got clarified by the Two of Wands. Okay, so lots of fire around us and a surrender. So we're coming out of, so we've surrendered somehow to something. This card here looks really scary. But I've said this before, this guy's in a yoga position and he's actually surrendering to his thoughts, which are negative maybe. And he's having too many thoughts. That's why all those swords are thoughts and words. So he's having too many thoughts and or speaking in his head maybe and or having conversations that are difficult. And he's surrendered to, okay, none of this information, maybe this is inaccurate. I'm just going to wait and let this pass. And if you notice, it looks like the sun's rising in the background because something's been really hard and a lot of thoughts and stirred up a lot of activity in the mind. And the person has realized, or should realize if they haven't already, that they need to just surrender those thoughts because they're not really accurate at this point. When we're having that many, it's like we're just crazy making. And they're letting something pass over and the sun will rise and things will look different in the morning. So that card is kind of like that kind of energy, right? So it's about you, either if it's coming up as advice, you need to surrender your thoughts. And if it's coming up as this is what you're doing, you may be feeling that way. You may have just surrendered to something. Even if something's difficult, sometimes we just need to surrender to it, let it be, and it'll pass. That's the idea of the card. Now, so we've surrendered to something and we woke up to a new day and things look a lot different this morning. That's what this looks like, because this is like kind of a bit of a clarity card and celebrationary card. If you notice, these two look like you've come through a gateway and there's a celebration going on. Okay, so there's a bit of a breakthrough with that card. So you might have had a breakthrough on something that was very difficult in your past, recent breakthrough, and giving you a new optimistic view of the future. Because this card, if you look at it closely, it looks like this guy's looking at his world and from a safe perspective. So you might have got a new vision on what your world looks like. And this card says, but it won't happen today. Like the breakthrough in your mind happened, but literally moving on this new path probably won't happen. It's going to take some time and planning. That's in the middle here. This is a kind of a planning and waiting and patience card. Seven of Pentacles, waiting and patience. Wow, now we've got the Three of Swords. It's interesting. Let's see how it's aspected because that card's very different than people think sometimes. Oh yeah. So now it's grounded and really well aspected with. So we've got the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. Really grounding over here. And this card's about action, new territory, and being enthusiastic. And this Three of Swords is, I think it's coming back to this. What you surrendered back here was some deep fears, thoughts that are fearful, thoughts that hurt your heart, or deep self-criticism. Sometimes this card can be about hurting yourself with your thoughts and words. That's why those swords are going through the heart. Hurting yourself with your thoughts and words. I feel like either you're going to have a little revisit of that and your advice, because these two are advice, or move past it and move on the new path and trust your being guided and you're grounded, and even ask for help along the way. That's one way that could be read. And the other way it could be read is you're going to heal the internal voice that tells you, you know, you're right back here again in this dark place. So when we have breakthroughs, sometimes it triggers where we go back into the, you know, hurtful thoughts or how we hurt ourselves with our thoughts. And I feel like a little step back in your day. So it could be a bit interesting. It could start out where you had a breakthrough in the morning, feeling optimistic, and then you could go back into a little hurtful. Watch and notice what you're saying to yourself and how you're speaking to yourself, because actually stay with what's good about your life and good about yourself. Even if you're a little bit stretching it, it's okay. Stay with it, because you don't want to go back into self-hurting. Yeah, it's just a waste of time. And the world is what we say it is. Remember that. Your world is whatever you say it is. So vibrate to something more positive. Thank you so much for watching. Do like and share the videos if you're enjoying them, and subscribe if you haven't already.